Hey guys, Chad Trades here. In this video, I want to show you how I made over $1,000 on a simple trade I took using supply and demand levels. So in this video, I'm going to give you a full trade recap, exactly what I was looking for when I entered this trade, how I actually found this demand level. So hopefully you can get some free value and education out of this video. As we can see, this is the trade I took today. It was just under $1,000 actually. And anyways, as we can see, we ended up buying down here. So I had basically just one entry down at 41.56. For those of you that don't know, I trade SPY futures. So anyways, got 20 contracts of the micro ES at 41.56. And then I started selling on all these pops up. We got to 41.60, 63, 68 was my main target, and then more at 70-ish level. So anyways, let's go ahead and go over my trading plan before the market opens. So if I pull up my Discord group, as we can see, I post my trading plan every single day in here. And this was around 25 minutes before the market opens where I live. So anyways, I wrote today's notes, basically put our supply and demand zones. These are the main things that I want to talk about in this video. And as we can see, right, I listed the demand zone was 41.55. The current price when I wrote this was 41.55. So this is where I actually entered my trade after I posted this plan. So anyways, let's actually read the plan, right? So my first level of interest today is playing long at the 41.55-ish demand zone. We are in if we show strength. The target would be back up to the 41.68 resistance area. And as I showed you, this is where I sold the majority of the position at this 41.68. So let's actually go into the chart and I'll show you the demand zone, kind of how I found this and what made me actually enter this trade. So anyways, just to show you, this is what the chart looked like when I first posted this plan. So as we can see, we end up bouncing off this demand zone pretty hard. So let me actually move myself and let's actually go to where the market opened, right? So the market opened literally right here at 7:30, and I posted that plan I had at around 7:05 right here. So this is actually where I got in this position, was on this candle right here, literally right at 41.55. So let me actually show you how I got this demand zone. So we can see, we have the supply zone we formed yesterday at 41.98. We had, some sellers pick up after we dropped below 41.68, and we had this demand zone at 41.55. So where did I get this demand zone from? So as we can see, my zone is labeled 1 hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the 1 hour chart. And what's cool about supply and demand zones is you can find them on any time frame. Me personally, the way I trade, more of a day trader, I hold it for a couple hours, 30 minutes or so. I like to find my zones, on a 2 hour time frame, a 1 hour time frame, a 30-minute time frame, for the way I trade. Now, as we can see, right, basically the way you find supply and demand is you really want to look at three different things, okay? So the first thing you want to look at is going to be, where did the price reverse at? So as we can see, the last time we were trading at 41.55, right, price was trending down, and as soon as we got to this level, we had this red basing candle followed by a massive move up. So we can see price was in a downtrend, and this is the point where reverse. So that's the first thing we want to look at. The next thing is we want to look at the actual follow through from where the price reversed. So as we can see on this 1 hour time frame, we had very strong candles, right? We had a massive move up once we hit this level. So as we can see, the candle, we literally closed at the very top. This basically tells me that there is hardly any sellers selling, right? Basically, there's buyers throughout this whole entire candle. Same thing with the falling candle. There's buyers throughout the whole entire candle. And this is kind of the third thing you want to look at, is how far did the price go after that? Did we pass the previous high, right? As we can see, we trade sideways for a little bit, but we eventually passed that previous high we had, which created a very strong demand zone. So basically, as we opened up this morning in this area, I knew that the last time we hit this zone, we had really aggressive buyers stepping in. So chances are we got down here again, right? There is still a lot of orders in this zone. There's still a lot of buyers in this zone. Price could potentially bounce up and this is my first target at that 41.68. So that's kind of how I found this demand zone. As we can see, I found this, this is labeled here before the market even opened. The next thing is, how do I actually know when to enter? Okay, so I wake up like an hour before the market opens usually, and you can see I wrote this plan, basically like 30 minutes before the market opens. So I usually don't look at the chart until 30 minutes before the market opens. So as you can see, I didn't look at the chart until we're around right here. And, so what made me actually take this trade at this 41.55 level is, for one, we're in demand zone. For two, after we started selling off, we started to show some buyers step in, right? So we had this first bottom here at, like 350 in the morning during pre-market, right? We came up, it came back down. As we can see, buyers started stepping in again. This basically formed a double bottom. So this is literally one of my favorite setups to take, is a double bottom or a double top in a supply zone or a demand zone. Okay, so in this case, it was a double bottom and demand zone. This to me is an A+ setup. So I wasn't afraid to take an entry at this level, even though the market hadn't opened yet. And as we can see, we had a really weird open, very slow, but we eventually broke out and we got to this 41.68 target, and we kept on going higher from here. So anyways, that is basically where I got out of my position fully. Just to be fully transparent with you, I did try to short this 41.68 resistance area. It looked like it was showing a lot of weakness, but we eventually found buyers, and I had a small loss on this trade. So overall, I still had a really good day, still green on the day, because, right, the thing with trading is you want to keep your wins bigger than your losses. So on this trade, I was only risking about 3 points. On this trade, I made over 10 points, right? So overall, I netted around 7 or 8 points on the day. Not my biggest day. I regret taking this short a little bit, but I saw the opportunity there, thought it was worth it. But again, sometimes your trades just won't work out. So it's all part of the process. It's all part of the game. As long as you don't keep on taking the trade, keep on making the same mistake and blow all of your gains that you made from that first trade. So anyways, that is the lesson I want to give you guys today on using supply and demand zones. Again, the way I drew this zone, going back to the 1 hour chart, is we basically want to look at where did price previously bounce off of. We want to see a strong follow through, and we basically want to draw this zone. If we actually zoom in here, right? So we want to look at this basing candle, because the very next candle was very strong. So I basically drew this box from the top of the body to the bottom of the wick, right? So that's basically 41.49 to 41.55. These were all where buyers could potentially step in, which they did today. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Real quick before you go, if you want to join our Discord community where I post my pre-market plans every single day, and I also share market updates of exactly where I'm entering and exiting my trades, be sure to click on the first link in the description below. Right now, since we just opened this up, we're doing a free 3-day trial to this group. So you can join for completely free during those 3 days, hopefully make some money, and join us from there. So again, if you are interested in joining our Discord community, that'll be the first link in the description below, or just head over to this link right here. That being said, guys, as always, trade smart, trade safe, and I will see you in my next video with another trade recap and lesson.